we actually formed this in 2019, the product of Putnam. And the idea is we recognize 7 graduates of the Putnam County School District who are giving back to Putnam County. Anybody in the community can do that more than once or whatever. And they go online and submit your names. And I'm actually going to be reading some of those nominations in just a few minutes as I call each of our nominees up. The school district, Palaca Daily News, and the Putnam County Chamber of Commerce review the submissions and select the 7 recipients of the award each year. The award recognizes individuals that work in the following fields, but not limited to these: agriculture, business, community service, education, healthcare, industrial or advanced manufacturing, and public service. The school district's product of Putnam honors alumni with exemplary achievement in the areas of postgraduate career accomplishments, leadership within career organizations or industries, and community service, and volunteer leadership in their community, prior recognition and honors, and or innovative accomplishments. And it's kind of interesting that these can be recent graduates, like graduated in the past year, or they can be 90 years old. It doesn't matter, as long as they are a graduate of a Putnam County high school. And in some cases, that high school may not exist anymore, but it still was a high school in Putnam County. Right, Carl? Correct. Right. Not calling you out or anything. As honorees of the Product of Putnam Award, they will forever be recognized as representing the best of Putnam County. Their success is a reflection of the opportunities provided them throughout their grade level experiences as Putnam County students. Recipients of the award act as examples to current students, displaying the array of opportunities available here in Putnam County. And I really mean that. You know, we try to pour into our students, our teachers, our staff, our administrators, but you know, each of you represents somebody who actually has walked the walk and talked the talk. You've gone through our schools, and you are showing that you're successful. So to me, that is so powerful for our young people to see. Special thanks to our sponsor again. We want to thank Georgia Pacific for reaching out. They actually reached out to us and asked if they could sponsor this event, and we definitely were very welcome and appreciate doing that, Chris. Thank you so much. So what we're going to do is I'm going to begin by asking you and your distinguished guests to join you to come up here, and I'd like to read your nomination just so that everybody knows why you were nominated, and might be a good idea for you to know, right, if you haven't seen it already. So as we do that, I want to read it, and then we will take a photo, and then we'll go through all 7, and then our day will be concluded. And I'm actually going to ask Renee Huff and her family to come up. And I know y'all have another event, but Renee is actually here. She works for our school district, but she's actually representing community service. And Renee is here. Renee, introduce your family, if you would.
This is my husband, Wally Huff, and I have my daughter with me, Lydia Huff.
Very good. Very good. Thank you all for being here. So this is the nomination. Renee Huff has been a teacher, counselor, and administrator for the Putnam County School District for 30 years. Not only does she contribute to our success as a school district with her focus on career and technical education acceleration, but she is also on both Feed the Need and Putnam County Fair boards. She ensures that the Ag Village is up and running each year at the fair and makes sure elementary age students spend time there. Regardless of the hat Renee is wearing, she gives her whole self and then some. She is one of the most dedicated and selfless people I know, and she exemplifies what a true product of Putnam represents. So let's give Renee a round. By the way, did I mention Renee graduated from Interlaken High School? Okay, our next honoree in the area of advanced manufacturing is Justin Friedman. And if you and your wife would come up front. Justin graduated from Interlochen High in 2001, went on to graduate from the University of North Florida with a degree in criminal justice. He returned to his hometown and served as a sheriff's deputy for a short time before finding his true passion in industrial project management. Justin has expanded the M.J. Wood Jacksonville office to now have a Palaca site that he works solely out of, thanks to the large amount of work completed in the area of places like Georgia Pacific, Seminole, Continental, Water Management, as well as many others. His love for his community and the family that he raises is why he works so tirelessly to make it a better place for future generations. His wife being a public school teacher in Putnam County, and his son attending our public schools. Justin and his company always find ways to support in areas of need that schools may have. M.J. Wood recently made a donation to buy books for an entire elementary school that they were wanting each of their students to have. He loves our town so much that his family just built their forever home on acreage in Interlochen. He also gives back to his community, not just through providing jobs for so many, but also through being a coach for the local Babe Ruth Baseball League. Justin played collegiate baseball, so he has enjoyed taking his wealth of knowledge and sharing it with our youth that he helps to coach. He is a friend to so many after living here all 40 years of his life. We are lucky to have him in and supporting our community. Justin is a perfect example of success and why I believe he deserves to be the 2023 Product of Putnam. Justin, would you introduce your wife, please?
My wife, Shay Freeman.
Shay, what school are you at?
James A. Long.
James A. Long, welcome. Very good. Thank you, Justin. You and F, really? That's great. You might play against my son. Okay, in the area of agriculture, John Chastain. John and Lynn, come on up, please. John is a giver and a server, and he does it because he loves to help others. No matter who asks or when he's asked, he's willing to give a helping hand, whether it's through his job at maintenance supervisor at the Putnam County School District or through volunteering with the County 4-H and the Putnam County Fair. He steps up to make sure the task is completed and completely, efficiently, and on time. John is not the person who sits back and only supervises. His supervision involves being actively involved. He doesn't hesitate to, quote, get his hands dirty and help with the smallest or most difficult of tasks. Through role modeling, others around him can see and hear effective leadership. He will grab a shovel and dig a ditch to run pipes or go out in a hurricane to fix generators to care for the elderly and the sick. Throughout the year, he volunteers for 4-H and the Putnam County Fair. Not only does he work with other adults in the planning process throughout the entire year, but he also works with children throughout the year. At home, months before the fair opens, he assists exhibitors to ensure their livestock projects are product ready for fair entry. Then each year, after working his full-time job all day, he volunteers at the Putnam County Fair, setting up pens, gates, the arena, weighing in livestock, pushing pigs for the swine show. Everybody knows what pushing pigs are. And the swine show and the swine sale. And even the setup of other events such as ag ventures, hay bale decorations, just to name a few. A neighbor needs their lawn mowed, John mows it. A friend needs a house built, John is there to help build it. Someone needs a ride, he gives him and her his extra vehicle. Money is needed for a good cause, he helps to fundraise. No matter the request, John never hesitates to open his heart to give back to his hometown and those who live in it. Anyone who knows John would agree he is a fine candidate for the 2023 Product of Putnam in the area of agriculture. John, would you introduce your wife?
Lynn Chastain.
All right.
The better half.
When Incidentally, they both work for the school district too, so we are the largest employer in Putnam County, so. Thank you, Glenn. Proud of you. John, appreciate it. In the area of business, Reverend Carl Flagg. Carl, would you and your family come up? Carl is a product of the Putnam County School District, where he served as senior class president and was an honor graduate in 1977. Carl furthered his education by earning an Associate of Science degree in Funeral Service Education, Miami-Dade College, and a Bachelor of Applied Science in Organizational Management at St. John's River State College. Carl attended New Orleans Baptist Theological Studies in Jacksonville, where he earned a degree in Pastoral Studies. Carl Flagg was licensed as a youth minister at the tender age of 11. The call to shepherd Mount Tabor First Baptist Church was answered by Reverend Carl Flagg, and he was instilled as pastor on April the 7th, 1991. Reverend Carl Nathaniel Flagg is a licensed funeral director and embalmer and chief executive officer of Carlin Flagg Serenity Memorial Chapel, Incorporated. He served as mayor of Palatka from 2000 to 2011, Putnam County Commissioner for District 3, or was. Reverend Flagg is a recipient of the Florida Governor's Points of Light awarded by Governor Jeb Bush, as well as the President's Point of Light awarded by President George H.W. Bush. Reverend Flagg and his devoted wife of 30 years, Teresina Denise Gilliard Flagg, have two daughters, Carla Nicole and Candace Nataria. Is that correct? Carl is so deeply committed to Putnam County and is more than deserving of the honor of being recognized as the 2023 Product to Putnam in the area of business. Let's give Carl. Carl, would you introduce your family before we take the photo?
My wife of almost 37 years.
Whoa, we missed.
Our youngest daughter, Candace.
Well, welcome. And I bet I know when your anniversary is too. On Flag Day. Very good. I'm glad you fact-checked that to make sure we got the years. Our next recipient is Rebecca Moats in the area of education. Also known as Becky Moats. I have never known anyone, I'm quoting someone, who works as tirelessly as she does for the betterment of Putnam County, especially for its young people. She is a graduate of Palatka High School, St. John's River State College, and the University of North Florida. She has spent all 29 years of her career as an educator in Putnam County. Becky has had career opportunities in neighboring counties, but she's adamant that she wants to make an impact on her hometown. She's been an elementary school teacher, a high school guidance counselor, an Excel coordinator, which is a career and readiness program here in the district, and our graduation coach. Becky has always cared deeply for her students and our community as a whole. I know well that Becky has rarely had a, quote, day off in her 29 years. She's always either involved in planning or preparing for some community or school project or event, or communicating with students or other educators by phone, email, or text. It doesn't matter if it's at night or on the weekend, she is always ready to lend a hand, a sympathetic ear, or guidance to students in need. Becky is on the boards of both Feed the Need of Putnam County and the Ravine State Gardens. These are two causes that Becky is passionate about, and she volunteers a great amount of time with both. She uses the opportunities that Feed the Need and the Ravines present to connect students with authentic, quote, real-world projects that improve Putnam County for everyone. She also partnered with the Rotary and Kiwanis Clubs of Palatka to provide students with more opportunities and for the betterment of Putnam County. Becky genuinely loves Putnam and is passionate about our county and its young people. I do not know of a more selfless, dedicated, and hardworking ambassador for our hometown than her, and I know that she is very deserving of this acknowledgement. Please welcome Becky Moats in the area of education. Becky, would you introduce your distinguished guest?
I will. Denise Branlett, and I will have to add, when she asked me to come as her +1, I'm like, you're +1, you got lots of +1. But I'm very proud that two of the people that help serve the youth in our community by feeding 800 kids every weekend through Feed the Need, right here in the school district, are part of Feed the Need. And no, I didn't nominate either one of them, but I was very pleased that they were in that mix.
In the area of healthcare, Greg Jungenberg. Okay, after graduating from high school, Greg worked as a firefighter paramedic. He later became a physician's assistant and has continued to contribute to the care of the people in Putnam County. He was co-owner of MedX, worked at Family Medical and Dental Center, and offered free medical care to persons in need that could not afford to get service elsewhere. He has worked at HCA Putnam Medical Center for several years. Most recently, it is wonderful to be with Greg and hear people walk up to him, thanking him for finding their cancer, saving their life, or being the one that would listen when no one else would, to only find the problem and get them the help they needed, that in turn allowed them to live a longer, more productive life. Being involved in sports while attending Palatka South High School, I did say Palatka Central for you, didn't I, Carl? So make sure I get both those right. Palatka South High School, he sees the importance of supporting the teams and donating to students so they can play too. He enjoys attending the games when possible. And Greg is so deserving of this award. He is truly a product of Putnam in the area of healthcare.
This is my wife, Janet. A lot of y'all know her by another name, but it's Chungenberg now.
JJ now, right? Welcome, Janet. In the area of public service, let me have J.R. Grimes come up and his beautiful wife. Mr. Grimes began working with the City of Palatka Fire Department in 2004, where he quickly ascended to the head position of the fire department, serving as fire chief. In September of 2020, Mr. Grimes joined Putnam County as the Executive Director of Public Safety. In his position, Mr. Grimes had direct oversight of the county's fire and rescue and emergency management services. In December of 2022, Mr. Grimes was promoted to County Administrator of Operations with direct oversight over the county's public works, fire and rescue, emergency management, and sanitation. Mr. Grimes has served as a public servant and first responder in Putnam County for the last 19 years and continues to dutifully serve his community through his profession as well as his personal life. Mr. Grimes' professional career has required service to the community through disaster relief and mitigation during train derailments, fires, and hurricanes. So let me introduce you to Mr. Grimes, J.R. Grimes. Let's give him a hand. J.R., introduce your wife, please.
My lovely wife, Michelle Grimes.
Who also works for the school district, right?
Not anymore.
Not anymore, excuse me. Too bad.
She retired.
Used to work for the school.
I sell real estate now.
There you go, there you go. Very good.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Michelle?
Thank you so much. Congratulations. Thank you.
I will be reading some remarks and asking you to stand up and be recognized by the hundreds of people at graduation, which I think is really cool. And again, I think it really shows our graduates, especially as we recognize our current graduates. You know, we focus on what we call Portrait of a Graduate. And this is part of our 5-year strategic plan. And again, we've developed these 6 competencies of a graduate from Putnam County by saying, this is what our community expects our graduates to have and to possess and be able to do as a Putnam County graduate. So we recognize, you'll hear me recognize 6 different students in the crowd who exemplify those different competencies. But most importantly, you are up there as a symbol of someone who has graduated from that high school and who has been successful and has chosen to come back and serve in our community. So I would ask that you not only look at this as an honor, but you look at this as a responsibility to pour back into your community and let these students, these graduates, actually come to you and ask advice or whatever they need to ask, but serve them in a way that would help them launch into their future. So again, I want to thank you all for being here. I know it's a sacrifice of time during your day, but I'm very honored that you took time to be here. Thank you again to our sponsors and the people who helped put this together.
We have nearly 1,000 employees at the mill here in Palatka, and they're all, many of them are products of Putnam, and we kind of take pride not only in that, but we're making products that go around the country and around the world now. We have things that we make right here in Putnam County that we send to Asia now. So there's a lot of pride, community pride in Putnam County, and we appreciate the school district recognizing these individuals, and we appreciate the work that each of you do in the community to make it a better place. It helps us attract employees when we have a great foundation here in Putnam County. So thank you for the opportunity, and congratulations to all of you.
You will forever be remembered as a product of Putnam.